Hello and welcome everyone to this lesson, this presentation, which is based on some common vocabulary mistakes that I hear some of you make. So let's have a look at what they are. Here we go. It is to do with the difference between various and varied, assure and reassure, insure and insure, fun and funny. So let's start with our first pair, which is various and varied. Various means several. It's the opposite of single, so more than one. Now, various always comes before a countable noun because it means several. For example, did yesterday's discussion lead to a single conclusion? No, it led to various conclusions. It led to several conclusions. So we're counting. It's to do with numbers, not just one, but various, several. Now, what about varied? Varied has to do with being different types of one thing, of something. The best way to remember this is that varied is the opposite of same. Now, and varied can come before any noun, countable or uncountable, and it can also come after a linking verb. For example, do you discuss the same topic each time? No, we discuss varied topics, different topics. Or you can say the topics we discuss are varied. Here are is the linking verb be. Right? So that's the difference between varied and various. Now I just want to point out something about pronunciation. This, from a pronunciation point of view, sometimes I hear the mistake being pronouncing very as very, V-E-R-Y. Be careful, very is quite short, very. This is very, like if you think of the word air that we breathe, that's the sound that comes between V and R, very. So I'll say all the words again, very, various, varied. It's the air sound. Okay, so still staying with this, let's look at two related words. The first one is vary, the verb, which is to be different. For example, her mood varies from one moment to the next. And the noun, now the pronunciation changes, the noun is variety. I say it again, variety. So the sound at the beginning is now a schwa, not a v, it's v, variety. And variety means containing different types. For example, there's a variety of restaurants in this town. So that's for our first pair. Let's look at the next pair, assure and reassure. What's the difference? When you assure someone, you remove their doubts that something is true. You can use the word assure both in direct speech and in describing the action. For example, you can say, I assure you that we only use fresh fish. Or you can say what just happened, what the person said. She has assured me that they only use fresh fish. So what about reassure? What's the difference? To reassure someone is to remove someone's doubt, like assure, and also their worry. So it has more a sense of reassuring someone, comforting someone, giving reassurances that they don't need to worry. It's not just telling them that they don't need to doubt the truth of something. And it's not usually used in direct speech. Right? So you can't say, I reassure you that we only use fresh fish. You can only say, I assure you that we only use fresh fish. But it can be used to describe the action. I don't usually risk fish dishes, but she has reassured me that they only use fresh fish. So that's assure and reassure. Let's look at the next pair, which is insure and insure. The first thing you notice is that actually they're pronounced exactly the same way. Short E at the beginning. So although the second one is spelled with an E and the first one is spelled with an I, they're pronounced the same way. E, E, short E. insure, insure. Now, the first one is very obvious. To insure something or someone is to cover the something, the item or the person with an insurance policy. For example, some car insurance companies refuse to insure young drivers. Or we must insure our equipment against accidental damage. Right? So what about insure spelled with an E? To insure something is to make sure it happens. It can be followed by a noun or a clause. For example, we must ensure the safety of all passengers. Or please ensure that, now we have a clause coming, you lock the door when you leave. And of course, you can drop that if you want. You can say, please ensure you lock the door when you leave. A little note here so that you won't get confused. If you see this, in American English, insure is sometimes used for this second meaning with E, and that leads to confusion. You may read, obviously, when you're listening, there's no difference in pronunciation, but you might see we must ensure the safety of all passengers, spelled with an I. That only happens in American English. I believe it's just a mistake that has become acceptable. So I wouldn't use that. Make sure you separate. Insure with an I for insurance policies and ensure to make sure something happens. Same pronunciation. Okay, and last but not least, these two words can get very confusing. Fun and funny. Now, fun is both a noun and an adjective. As a noun, it means amusement. For example, we had a lot of fun at the staff party. And as an adjective, of course, it means amusing. We played 3 fun games. Now, a note here that although fun is a one-syllable adjective, and you expect a one-syllable adjective to be formulated for its comparative and superlative with ER and EST, it's not. It's an exception. So don't say funner or funnest. It's more fun, most fun. For example, the first game was more fun than the second one. And the third game was the most fun. So these are irregular superlatives and comparatives. Let's look at funny. Funny is an adjective only, and it means causing laughter. So it has a very narrow meaning compared to fun. It's only about causing laughter. For example, my colleague told me or told 3 funny jokes. Funny jokes, funny stories, these are the common collocations. Again, another note here about the comparative and superlative formulation. Although funny is a 2-syllable adjective, because it ends in Y, it ends in the sound E, the comparative and superlative forms are with ER and EST, so the opposite of what we saw in the previous slide. So her jokes or her first joke was funnier than her second one. And her third joke was the funniest. Okay, that's the end of the presentation. I hope it has clarified the differences between these words in the 4 pairs that we've looked at so that you can use them correctly yourself from now on. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. For more on this topic, click here. Remember to also check out my complete online course and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and happy studies!